Hello, making another video. It's not really on a specific topic. It's basically on random things with my experiences from these beings on LSD. Um, First off, I've written some stuff down, so I'm a little bit more organized, I hope. I'm just getting used to this whole video thing. I've never made videos before. First thing I want to say is don't do heroin. Like, if you're doing it, please get help. Do not do it. You don't know what you're getting into anytime you use it. It's Russian roulette. Yesterday, I had a coworker die, a very good friend of mine. She started using heroin again, and I saw her the other night at work. She was very high, and I was like, hey, you said you were going to quit. You've got to stop this. You're going to die. She's already died twice. She was resuscitated twice. And she had a one-year-old little girl. And now that little girl doesn't have a mother. Just don't do it. Get help. And an interesting thing I was just thinking about with her was the first time I ever met her. The night before, I had done an acid trip. And sometimes after my acid trips, I have synchronicities happen. And I was pretty new on the job. And she started shortly after me. But one night, I was watching TV at my job, and the news was on about the girl who was obsessed with Columbine and was trying to plan on killing people or something. You might remember that. That was a few months back. And they're showing the girl's tattoos on TV. And it's tattoos of the Columbine guys, like their silhouette. And I'm looking up at the TV, and then I turn around and I look down, and there's this arm in front of me, this girl's arm, and it has the Columbine guys' tattoos. And that was the girl that passed away. That's the first time I ever met her. And I gave her the nickname Columbine Girl. But she wasn't crazy. She thought it was a cool tattoo when she got it. She had no idea that was the Columbine guys. But rest in peace to her. She was a good friend. Please don't do heroin. It's horrible. So I want to talk about kind of like the main message of some of the main things the beings told me. I've probably talked about it in one of my previous videos. Let's see. So you are God in a simulation. It's to experience something other than infinite oneness. And the main purpose of it is to experience that and to forget that you are God. Because you've been everything, one with everything for eternity. You want to experience something different. And somehow this ultimate consciousness, somehow it developed a mind. And when it got that mind, it became bored. And it wanted to experience something other than being that very, very vast being. Being God is so vast and so knowledgeable, it's almost unbearable. Being human is way more comfortable than being God. Being human is almost like God's drug. It's him getting high. And even human suffering is much more comfortable than being God forever. Just like my friend passing away, leaving a daughter behind. It's very sad, but it's more comfortable than being God forever and ever and ever and ever, and being alone forever and ever and ever and ever. And so yeah, it's just better that way. It sounds very psychopathic, but the universe has allowed it to exist. Even the most evil you can think of, it exists. God includes everything. It leaves nothing out. In God's eyes, it's not bad. It is bad to us as humans. But in God's eyes, it's not bad. So in a way, it makes God a psychopath, kind of. But even God allows a psychopath to exist. He's the guy, he created psychopathy. See what I mean? But in the end, everything is fine. In the end, everything will always work out. And in the end, there is no end. So say you die a horrible death, you'll go into the next life and maybe live a great life and be happy again. You'll always be happy again, and you always will be miserable again, because it includes it all. There is no destination. Let's see what else. In this life, you can do anything you want, and you can become anything you want. All you have to do is follow your heart. Just follow your heart, and it will all work out. Me making this video, that's me following my heart, because this is the biggest topic I'm most interested in. So I'll make a video and I'll share it with you, and I hope you can benefit from it. At one point, the beings showed me what it was like to be Pablo Escobar. I remember they gave me a vision, and I was flying over the Colombian jungle, and they were telling me, you can become anybody you want, you can do anything you want, just follow your heart, be yourself. It was an amazing experience. This simulation, it's run on the program of fear, because God is one vibration. Fear is not bad. It is a tool used to create division. It divides the vibration into many vibrations, or beings, or experiences. Let's see. So, back to fear. Life is a game of hide and seek with yourself, or God, which is yourself. When we feel fear, we shrink, and we feel more human, and we feel more solid. You can experience this yourself when you feel fear or embarrassment or something like that. You shrink up, you get tense. But when you feel love or excitement and you go against fear, you expand. Or adrenaline, you feel like you're more than what you are. I went skydiving one time. I definitely felt that. Let's see. Yeah, you go against fear, and you might wake up and find out that you're a god. That's why our most basic instinct is fear, because God wants to keep you trapped in this matrix and wants to keep you convinced that it's all real and that you're not God. He wants to keep you thinking you're human, but you can beat God at the game. He wants to forget so bad that he is God. He made your most basic instinct fear. Fear is all about survival and yourself and this little being that you got to take care of. You beat that fear, and you'll see who you really are. I'm going to talk a little bit about some music, car rides. That's the main time I listen to music while tripping. I told you before, I love Talking Heads. They really speak to me. One time in the car, Houses in Motion came on. If you don't know the song, you should trip and listen to it. It's great. And go for a car ride. Houses in Motion came on, and there's this one part in the song where it has like this Indian sounding flute, and it was so cool. I felt when the flute was going on, I felt like I was about to explode. Like I felt like all my chakras were like bursting open, and I looked up in the sky and I saw Shiva, Lord Shiva, in the clouds. That was a pretty cool experience. It was super ecstatic, super euphoric. It was an amazing experience. And another thing with talking heads, my girlfriend knew nothing about them. And this is another thing with people acting weird on acid. I'm tripping, and she brings her phone over to me, and she's like, hey, watch this video. And I watch it, and it's an interview of David Byrne interviewing himself, dressed up as different characters. And in the middle of the interview, he's like, this is like 60 minutes on acid. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? Because I totally got what was going on and why she showed me the video. She doesn't know why she showed me that video, you know, but the reason the video was shown, or the beings might know why she showed it, but I don't think she does. It was, the interview is one being, David Byrne, interviewing himself disguised as other characters. So you see what I mean? It's one being interacting with other beings that is itself in disguise. You can look it up, that interview. It's a pretty weird interview. Just look up David Byrne, 60 minutes on acid. Another cool experience. Oh, back to the music. Yeah, titles in the car. It's always something like, I am God, I am the devil, everything is love, there is no end. On my last trip, I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with the beings, but once when it kicked in and I went to that space, that weird vortexy place, the car ride, I was sitting in the car, and a title comes on, Everlasting Nothing, in my playlist. I've never listened to that song, I've never played that band on my phone or anything, and that popped up. That was the first song that popped up, Everlasting Nothing. And I went right to that place where those beings are, and you start having all the deja vu and stuff. Another thing that's cool, I want to know if y'all have ever experienced this. It's only happened once. I decided I was going to watch some Charles Manson videos while tripping. You should look him up. A lot of people think he sounds crazy. He makes total sense to me. I understand everything he says. But I decided I want to watch some Charles Manson videos while tripping to see if I could learn anything and to see if the beings would start talking to me. So I'm just fucking around, and I'm like, I'm going to turn that computer on with my mind. And I swear to you, it was a giant coincidence, or it was real. I pointed at the computer with my hand, and I shot an energy out of my hand, out of my fingers, to the computer, and the computer turned on. The hair on my arm stood up when that happened. It was fucking crazy. It was nuts. Another thing I've noticed about acid is street lights and stuff. Sometimes when I go by street lights, they turn off, and I can hear the buzzing in the wires. Like, we were walking at the beach, near the beach, and there were street lights near us, and I heard loud buzzing. And I said to my girlfriend, I was like, hey, you hear that? She didn't hear it. And then I pointed out to her, and she did hear it, but very, very faint. But it was very loud to me, and she was like, how the hell did you notice that? So there's something about electronics and LSD that's super interesting. I want to learn more about that phenomena. I want to play more with that. I'm running out of acid. I only have a hit and a half left, and I don't know where to find it. So hopefully I can find some, and I'll do some more exploring and investigating. Another thing that happened in that trip, the next morning when I turned the computer on, there were two voices. Me and my girlfriend was sitting by me on the couch talking to me, and I felt two voices come out of my chest, and it sounded like two foreign talking, and it like reverberated, right? And it reverberated out of my chest, and she heard it, and she was like, what the hell was that? And I was like, that came out of my fucking chest. and even she was amazed about that. Oh, and that one time when I did listen to Charles Manson, he does, I don't think he really says this in the video, but he started telling me how we are God in parallel bodies. That's all I have down for right now. I gotta go anyways. My girlfriend's here to pick me up from work. But yeah, I'll make some more videos. Let me know if y'all have had any experiences with the electronics. I'm very curious about that. All right, thank you.